It's time to keep track. Here are the final stats.
That leads us over to the Cage Curse Tracker.
Oh, yeah, let me pull up my notes here. Let's see. It was pretty. Oh, yeah, there was only one. When they're in the sauna and he calls Phil a cocksucker, it was really weird. He just like comes up and he's like, and I don't like you cocksucker. No, there's not. There's zero curses in this one.
That would have been awesome.
Another PG movie.
Yeah.
So this is like the last of the current existing animated movies. We said we were probably going to have a streak all the way through with the exception of G-Force. So yeah, there was no curses in this one from anybody. I think heck was the strongest language that anybody had. Mm-hmm. So
what the heck is that?
Yeah. So yeah, that's our total still 718.
Finally get to add to it next episode. Mm-hmm. And then all of next season, there's nothing that's not going to have any cursing. Every episode next season is going to be heavy, which I'm excited for. No more animated films. We got these out of the way. Like we said, we were trying to like keep it light this year for Nigel having 2 babies, and so that's why we did 7 animated films in a row.
In hindsight. Maybe not. It may have been better to stretch them out a little bit, but
well, I'm glad they're done. We don't have to go through them anymore. Not that they haven't been enjoyable, but I'm glad that we are out of the animated woods.
Yeah,
at least for now, until he does the inevitable Croods 3, which I hope happens eventually.
Yeah, weirdly enough.
Yeah. I didn't think I would feel
it's
that
our
way
character
after
development,
the
I guess.
Yeah.
It's our character arc with these 2 movies. We grew as well and accepted it.
Yeah.
It's part of the family. We've accepted the movies into our pack.
Yeah. Even Arsenal isn't. No.
Oh, fucking God. Oh, my God. The only saving grace, spoilers, if they do make another Arsenal, is Cage probably wouldn't be in it.
You would hope.
Playing his other brother. He's playing Eddie's other brother.
Yeah. Eddie has a twin brother.
Freddie.
Looks exactly the same. Chris Coppola's in it too. So
yeah.
He didn't die. Never had a brother.
No, he did die. Yeah,
he did die.
He did die, yeah.
Doesn't he have another brother in real life?
He does, yeah.
His other brother would be the...
Yeah. Who is apparently also in Dream Scenario, by the way. For a second. Runtime, this was 95 minutes, which the first one was 98, so right about the same length on these. All these animated films, with the exception of Into the Spider-Verse, have been right around the 90-minute mark, which you would expect for kids' movies. Nudity, again, we'll skip it.
It's a monkey
I didn't notice any
but that's about it.
monkey ass. But
I mean, they did get naked in the sauna, but you don't actually see anything. So.
Yeah,
they have their cloths on.
Unfortunately, you don't see anything. You don't see a little loincloth tent pop up either, which I'm sure was actually happening, but State and Country Tracker, this again was made up imaginary cave world, so can't really count anything there. Budget versus gross. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, it didn't make as much as it should have made, but it still made a healthy amount. Had a budget of $65 million and made $216 million, which brings our total budget up to $1.955.5 billion. But we have a gross of $4.576.6 billion, so we're almost at $5 billion during Nicolas Cage's career, and we're only halfway through. I mean, pretty impressive. I got to wonder, if by the end we're going to hit 10 billion. Maybe there's a lot of those late 90s movies that had big budgets that we haven't really talked about yet. So who knows? As far as our top grossing, I think this is just outside the top 10 at $216 million, right below Con Air and just above Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Being right below Con Air is pretty impressive considering it was the pandemic and
yeah. Like
Con
I said,
Air
I
is
think
a
it
huge
would have probably surpassed the first Croods, probably up to $600-700 million if it hadn't come out when it did, and if they hadn't waited so long in between the movies.
Yeah, I think that was another factor of it.
Yeah, that hurt it.
If it would have come out in 2018 when they originally planned, I think it would have done a lot better. But that still is 5 years in between the two movies, which is a long time for animated film.
Yeah,
or
it's
for
tough,
kids films.
especially for kids movies. Like we said, kids grow up and
Yeah, but
they're
I
not gonna
think
be interested.
Pixar has kind of helped reshape that landscape. Because I mean, look at how long it is between some of their films, the sequels
Yeah.
to
Like
their films.
20 years between The Incredibles.
Yeah,
But then you
so-
get that sweet spot of like that. You had the kids that watched it are now adults, and they don't mind
With
watching
kids.
a sequel to a movie that
Right.
they hold.
Yeah,
stuff to. If you get
and
somebody who
they
watches
have-
the movie at 5, they're probably
Yeah.
not going to be wanting to watch a sequel when they're 11 years old.
Yeah.
To it. So if you are
And a lot of
12 or
times those-
15 or
Yeah, like for us, like our generation, like we watched some of these as we were younger kids, and then the sequels came out, and now like for like you, Nigel, you have kids, you're introducing those films to them. Maybe not
Yeah.
quite yet because they're still pretty young, but
Yeah, you're introducing the kids to The Rock and
yeah,
Con Air.
Throw 'em
and
long
there's
legs next
sequels
year-
to both
next
those
season.
films coming out. Maybe not Con Air, but The Rock, maybe eventually.
What? There's no Rock sequel coming.
There is in my heart.
Face Off, I think, is the
Yeah,
Yeah.
Face Off,
intended
yeah.
sequel, but
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll see if that actually
We'll see if that ever makes it. John Woo is back in a big bad way in America with his like second film back, but he is apparently not at all attached to this proposed Face Off sequel. So who knows, man? Ratings: this is our 11th PG film, which has surpassed PG-13, but that's because we did 7 PG films in a row. So I think after these animated films, we're pretty much done with PGs, I think, throughout. But there could be some, but I don't feel like there are. Anyways, that leads us over to the Cage Kill Tracker.
Yeah, again, he didn't kill anybody, so 0 kills. So still sitting at 202. And then Death Tracker.
Eep gets credit for the baboon monkey kill, right?
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that actually dies in the whole movie. Maybe
monkey.
it just falls down a pit. Maybe it survives.
Yeah,
It's a cartoon.
I'm sure
or
it'll come
whatever.
back and be
As a
their
third,
friend
yeah.
in another.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
it'll
next
save
one.
them in the third act of the third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
then
they'll have an epic riding the porcupine monkey moment.
and then he survived this film again. 14 deaths overall over the 50-ish movies we've done. So
What if he died in this? It was so dark.
Yeah.
I mean, they almost killed him off in the first one. Cowards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Like 7 times.
Yeah. I'm glad that they didn't kill him. Would have been so messed up. Maybe Phil gives him AIDS like the end of Sunny.
Hey, check it out. I invented something new. I got it from the monkeys.
I got it from the Punch Monkeys.
All right, guys. I'll catch you next week.
Oh, yeah.
He kept smacking me in the face. It just turned me
I
on.
call it an
Take anymore.
autoimmune disease. It's got a nice ring to it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Croods 3, page 0.
Croods the HIV.
There's 3, a new disease.
Dun dun disease.
Da, da, da.